Welcome to Young Patriots.
In Paris, this is a protest called Let's Block Everything, Block on Tout. This is an expression of hostility towards not only Emmanuel Macron's president, but the country's entire governing class. We can see there a restaurant. Live pictures there now. You can see the emergency services have moved in, dousing what appears to be a restaurant in central Paris set on fire. These protests have been condemned by France's interior minister, who is blaming this on, it's not a citizens' movement in any way, he said. It's been hijacked by the ultra-hard left, and some of them are determined to carry out violent actions. There is an insurrectional mood in the air, says France's interior minister, and we can certainly see that seems to be the case in Paris. And these protests, Chris Hope, let's get you in, they're expected to rock out across French cities all across the nation. The French are extremely unhappy with the way they're being governed and supposed austerity cuts.
That's right. The original sin goes back to Emmanuel Macron for ordering that surprise election last year that made it even more uncertain about how to get measures through the French Parliament. They want to try and remove rights and some of the benefits felt by workers and pensioners, and so it goes on. And it is not, they are not happy in France. I mean, I know we were much mocked as a country by France when we went through a number of prime ministers post the vote to leave the European Union. Well, they've gone through as many, I think, 5 or so.
Macron's gone through 7 of them.
7, is it?
7.
Yeah. So I think the idea that we are a basket case internationally after Brexit, well, have a look at the pictures there. It almost certainly is going towards the idea there may need to be another general election in France to try and end the uncertainty. But right now, that is not what the France wants to portray.
Nigel Nelson, it's the left that do these things all the time. Everyone slags off the far right. This is the far left.
I think that this is actually just chaos in France. I mean, if we think our unions are bad, that when they get the bit between their teeth, they really go for it. Yeah. So what you've just seen is the collapse of the French government, instability to follow you would expect. The basic thing is France has been living beyond its means. They're trying to control the budget. People don't want that, and it's turned into rioting.
After the government collapsed, hundreds of thousands of people in France took to the streets in what is called the Block Everything movement, calling for the president to resign. Here's what's going on. It all started in July when right-wing Prime Minister François Bayrou announced a new budget for 2026 with budget cuts which would affect public spending, freeze pensions, and eliminate 2 public holidays to reduce the country's debt. This made people furious as they're already struggling with unemployment and high taxes. Then on September 8th, Bayrou proposed a no-confidence vote to seek support for his plan, but to his surprise, he was voted out by both the left and the right wing. Bayrou was then forced to resign, making him the 3rd prime minister to be kicked out in just a year. People celebrated his resignation, but then French President Emmanuel Macron appointed another right-wing politician, Sébastien Lecornu, who is seen as a close ally of Macron as the new prime minister, fueling anger again. In response, a grassroots movement called Block on Tout, or Block Everything, planned a massive nationwide civil disobedience action on Wednesday, September 10th, during Lecornu's inauguration. More than 250,000 people across France took to the streets, holding a nationwide boycott, blocking roads, burning barricades and trash bins, and clashing with police to protest the budget cuts and to call for Macron to resign. People said they had had enough as the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Reuters reported many of the protests were peaceful, but authorities arrested 473 people by late afternoon, according to local media Le Monde. Protests are still ongoing as of Thursday, September 11th, with protesters saying they won't stop until they see real change.
Deutschland geht verlangt nicht. Ja? Deutschland geht. Warum deine Soldaten hier? Warum deine Soldaten? Du lachst wegen solchen Kinder. Was willst du? Schlaufen. Ich hab dir etwas gemacht. Ich hab etwas gemacht. Ich laufe, was ich will. Du bist nicht Chef im Morgen. Alles. Hier, nein. Du bist bezahlen von sie. Yalla.
France are on another level when it comes to protests. This weekend, they weren't happy about a new A69 motorway under construction, so they literally built a concrete wall across it. They grabbed their bricks, wheelbarrows, mixed their cement, and even brought out a leveler, because if you're gonna build a protest wall, you're gonna do it right. After that, thousands of people took to the motorway, and it'll go down in history as just another
अविवाहित चेली बेटी बोकी पेट के बिताई बिताई रात कुटाई घात खाएर शरीर बिकाई त्यसको माटो नै मिठाई ठानी मैदानको युद्धको गीत बकिन्छ त्यसको लागि भक्त चाहिँ प्रसिद्ध हो निशब्द हो अवशेष बाँकी चोखो बोली जो शीत थियो सिर्जत हो देशव्यापी आत्मघाती जो पवित्र थियो प्राणको आहुति आफ्नो ज्यानको विभूतिलाई हिँडेका शहीदको केवल नामावली विभूषितको गीत पीडामा डुबेकी आमालाई के काम विभूषी गरिबलाई दुई छाक्ने खुसी शरीफलाई चाहिन्छ कुर्सी आमाको साडी बेचेर धनाटसँगै छ पुँजी गोजी भरि भारू भर भरेर भारतीको रोजी
Thank you for standing with us, for standing with the truth, and for standing with President Ibrahim Traoré. In these trying times, your voice is powerful. Don't just watch, be part of the movement. Subscribe to stay updated, share to awaken others, and head to the comment section. Tell us how you feel, what you believe, and what Africa means to you. Together we are louder. Together we are stronger. This is Young Patriots TV, and you are the heartbeat of the mission. Thank you.